Yo, 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 what's going on? It's the Real Hall of Fame, D-Line, tbkc, and all that sweet, beautiful, wonderful shit. All right, go Browns. Anyway, yo, I'm fasting. Just broke the fast a little bit, two tortilla chips. But trying to get back in the right spirit and all that good shit. But the question came in and they said, yes, I do have a rooster. But question came in and said, how was the American Bully made and all this good stuff and the direction and who controls the direction? I'm gonna be honest with you. The direction is uncontrollable at this time. Now, if you want to talk about the American Bully, the people who made it, I told y'all the Elite Edge were basically the main ones who cultivated everything, brought everything together, got the standards together, set up the show scene and all that. But you had, legends like Larry Durant, the Moore brothers, I can go on and not trying to shortchange anybody. Richard with Gotti Line. You had many people who had input. You can go into the Mike Land Dogs or whatever that were actually before the ABKC. So, but at that time they weren't called American Bullies. So when you talk about the American Bully Dog, it was the EE that put this whole thing together. The name was actually brought together by Byron, the owner of legendary Armani. And I tell you, the truth of the matter is that you had so many people with so much input, but it was supposed to stop once the name American Bully was put into a standard. Now, once that standard was created, it became a thing. And the sad part, I'll always tell you guys this, the sad part about when the standard was created and how everything went down and all of this and that and the other is that it was never about the dog after a while. The American Bully, as a crew, yeah, excuse me, as a scratch my shoulder. But the American Bully, being the Elite Edge dog, which we all created, and it's fine to finally hear some people say, back off the fact that they are the creator of the dog and give everybody their credit. But one of the problems is that you've had for a long time one or two people that basically have, hijacked the breed and act like it's their breed. Although they'll acknowledge that other people helped start the breed and other people did this and did that, it's their breed. And the way that things work is that, unfortunately, in this process, that was probably the, worst person to get control of the breed in the bigger registries, because if this thing was done correctly, and we locked down and we stuck very, very strong to the standards, and like I say, even the standards allow for the dogs to get bigger, as far as bone and muscle, but you were supposed to keep a tuck, you were supposed to keep tighter skin, the pit bull on steroid type of looks. That's what you were supposed to do. But as money got introduced and more money got introduced, people change. And it's just that simple. Now, what you're having is a reinvention of the American Bully, where you have some of the original, as y'all say, OGs that have their own registries and are pushing for certain things with the breed. And you'll notice a pretty big contrast in what the other registries want compared to, the bigger registry, is that most people are shooting for a healthier dog, the more original look. Still, definitely, all of us are bully people. We love big dogs. We love the bone. We love the muscle, but we don't want a bulldog type of look. And we're very strict about health and issues that go on in this breed. And the deterioration of this has happened because there has been no monitoring of what's being put into the dogs. And that's a big problem, because the biggest problem with no monitoring of what's being put into the dogs is our bigger dogs came from selective breeding. Taking the biggest dog off of one litter and going to the biggest dog off of another litter and hoping that those qualities matched up on the other litter to make more dogs that were like those two parents. And if they only made a couple, we would take those big dogs and restart the process. This is one of the reasons why our dogs didn't lose their health. One of the reasons why, even though our dogs could be 100 pounds and have all that size and everything, they could still live 15, 16 years if need be. Now you're seeing dogs die at 2 or 3 years old because you're going from the natural process of selecting the best dogs. And I say natural not as far as in nature, but natural in breeding, selecting the best dogs from this selective gene pool, to now we're at a point to where we're mixing in any and everything. And it's okay when you say, oh, I want more size, I'm trying to get this look, but you bring in all of the other bad attributes. And as I've explained on previous videos, so I won't go into that, is every species of animal throughout the world, with all of their bad genetics, they have good genetics to combat that. But when you recklessly mix these species of animals, in this case dogs, with each other, you break down those protections against some of those bad genetics, and they become amplified. Those conditions can become far worse than they are in either parent, because you've done something to break the natural course of what this dog was supposed to be. It's been years and years and years of breeding for Rottweilers to get certain genetics out of the Rottweiler, and when I say out of, just suppressed, you know what I mean? To build up good genes to combat what was ever hurting them. Just like with every other breed, it's been years and years of breeding to build a set of genetics to combat those genes. When you say breeding out, most of the time that's what it is that the genetics that you're building in your dogs are so strong that they combat whatever is going on wrong in your dog, and they suppress it. Just like an immune system, although it is two different things. You know, once something bad is introduced, our bodies are amazing. Animals' bodies are amazing. That the body starts to starts to move in a way to combat those things. But when you're recklessly putting in multiple different species slash breeds into these dogs, you've broken down all protections. And this is why we see dogs like exotics that are far more deformed and screwed up than anything that they use. The reason why the breakdown is there is because you've broken down every bit of protection in your pugs that you put in there, your miniature bulldogs that you put in there, your Frenchies, your English, your American bullies. None of those dogs, that you started off with look as horrible as this little thing that you created, but it's because you broke down all protections. So, going back to the topic of what started the American bully, I will go on a rant. Y'all know that. Right now we're past that. Certain people are going to claim that they are this and they are that. It is what it is. At this point in time, you have some registries that are going forward in a certain way. You have some that are going forward in another way. My path, and I can only speak for myself, but I do work with a couple other registries, and I agree with what they're trying to do with seminars and different things of that nature also. But my path is the healthiest, well put together dog on the face of the earth. I want a tight skinned dog. I want all of the attributes. I want a little bit of drive. I want athleticism, great cardiovascular systems, dogs that can breathe and withstand the elements, still having impressive muscles, still having impressive movement, still being able to live, 12, 13, 14, 15 years. This is my goal, and this is why the breeding stock that I've chosen is that. You know what I mean? This is why the dogs throughout our registry will be that. We will eliminate a lot of dogs. It's not a popularity contest. It's a contest to make absolute excellence. And that's a big thing. You know what I mean? But until next time, y'all, God bless. Much love. Peace.